Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. I'm looking at the energy for Scorpio and hope that you're doing well, okay? So if you'd like a personal reading, reach out to me before the 31st because that's the last week of this special for $35 face-to-face. I'm taking the last week for next week. So if you're interested, please reach out to me as soon as possible. Look in the description box, okay? Alright, so let's check your energy here, Scorpio. I am here only on YouTube at Angel Guidance Tarot. I did put my little sign up, and thank you to everyone. Okay, let's see what's going on here. And thank you to Troy. Good to see you, Troy. Up there in Brunswick area. I believe that's what you told me. So hopefully you got some answers. Okay, so let's look at here the entry. Okay, Scorpio. Okay, the Death card. Okay, this is a really like a challenge position. I feel like but it is a sign that you're moving on, and you have came to this conclusion in your current energy, Scorpio, that you are moving forward. You're doing what's best for you, you know, and right for you, because there is this feeling that that you have did a lot of healing here. You're not quite 100% over the situation of this breakup that you had or you're going through because of the lack of commitment with this ex or something that went on financially with this ex. So that energy is there as well. But I can tell you that ex is going to regret it, okay? So, but you got to do what's best for you. I do feel like here with your energy here, you're doing what's best for you and what you need to do. Now, you in the Judgment and the Death card here. That's why I say it's kind of like, it feels like a 50-50 thing here where you're still going through the process. You're still going through the motions and everything. But you are coming to realization here. I think day by day, step by step, in your current energy by the end of the month, by the time this retrograde shadow's over, say April 9th, I think you're going to realize that this person you were looking at or talking to or married to, whatever this relationship situation, or even if it's a family member, whoever it is, it does come across that you're tired of the swords. Your heart got tired, and you're tired of the BS, and you're tired of the circles. You're tired of dealing with this situation over and over and over. So I do feel like the Six of Swords here, you got some things to deal with in the front of the swords. You're dealing with some, but also you're leaving some behind. So it's kind of like a half-half situation here. You're still dealing with some heartache or some healing here with that Four of Swords here too. So just don't take it with you. You know what I mean? Don't carry that luggage of someone else's problems. And I know you got to process it. I know you have to work through it. But don't forget you're the Emperor here, okay? Empress or Emperor. You know, sometimes we love people and we care about people, but we don't align with people. And I teach this during my readings, is that you got to have those Four of Wands. You got to have that spiritual. You got to have that emotional. You got to have that mental. You got to have that, you know, that alignment with everything. Those Four of Wands alignment. And so when you don't have that, people don't think about this when they're meeting people or getting involved with people. Especially at spiritual, you know what I mean? You can't, you know, it's just so many problems come from being not on the same page with everything. You know, financially, you both have the same goals. Mentally, you both are, you know, both sane people, both healthy. You cannot have a toxic person or a needy person with, whether it's you, Scorpio, or the cross watcher or whoever. You got to go into a relationship healthy minded, right? But you got to also look for someone who's healthy minded. And also, you have to, not everybody's going to have the deep, loving heart that Scorpio has. And they're not going to be giving. I'm not just talking about signs here, but I'm just talking about overall in a person. You can tell if someone's taking advantage of you or not. And if they are, you have to let the person go, you know. And you cannot always do giving the out. You know, that's why we have on TVs input and output. You know, it's for a reason. Could you imagine having two inputs on a computer or a TV? It doesn't work that way. You have to have an input and an output working together. Okay, so, and that's spiritually, mentally, you know, emotionally, that you both have emotional intelligence to know how to have a relationship, knowing how to stay healthy in a relationship, know how to disagree to agree or agree to disagree. You know, those things. And people don't look at that. They just look at a body and pretty face and they're like, oh, I want her or I want him. and you don't dig deeper to the soul level of who that person really is, and you go with this relationship so fast and it moves, and before you know it, you're trauma bonded. All right, you got the Strength card here. You are being very strong in yourself, or you building that resilience. So Scorpio, everything that you take in builds you higher, okay? Now you are in that cross section of the Two of Swords. You're making decisions here about this relationship, okay? It came in a reverse, but I could say it either way. You want to, if you're going to be with somebody, be somebody that makes you happy, somebody that fills your energy up, someone that brings out the best in you, somebody that feels like a best friend, but they're also your partner, somebody you can be goofy with if you're goofy. If there's somebody that you can be quiet with, even when you're watching a movie, you know, if you're quiet and you're an introvert and you like to sleep at 8 o'clock, you know, people can be warning, but they have to understand they can't wake you up. You got to know your likes and dislikes very strongly here, okay? But so helping you understand this process of a 10 of Cups to get the love that you deserve, Scorpio, but you got some transition to do, all right? Now, someone does want to talk. Who is this Page of Swords? Angels, can you tell me who the Page of Swords? They might be watching you. Someone that might be trying to take your money, or you may have spent a lot of money on. Okay, if you're going through a divorce, somebody that could have been in a third party, could be you as well, Scorpio, and that you lost attraction for. There's the Devil energy. I can understand why. And the Five of Wands. All right, so you have this, you know, you feel like this person, you did truly love this person. I believe that as a Scorpio. And if you're a cross watcher, you might be dealing with Scorpio. But there could have been some toxicity here. Could have been brought by you, Scorpio. Or, could, you know, I'm not taking it off the table because Scorpio's like, I don't never get toxic. Yes, we do. We do get toxic at times, you know. And I'm not saying in the part of gaslighting because you're brutally honest. But I'm just saying in the sense of we take things in and we reflect those people's character traits and we pull in their energy to us. But there is somebody here you felt like, you know, may have started off very nice, but then as time passed by, and I don't know how many years, months, weeks, whatever this has been, but in your current energy you have lost some interest here. And you said, you know what, this person's got issues. This person, and I'm not saying always look out for red flags. Everybody has red flags, but a lot of people have green flags. So if you have 100 flags, you want at least 90 of those to be green, you know? We're not looking for perfection, but everybody has their likes and things and the way they do things. But the more importantly is that mental alignment, that's emotional alignment, physical, you know, mental, emotional, and spiritual and financial alignment, because you need that, Scorpio, especially when it comes to emotion. You want somebody to feel as deep as you do. And you can't lay over there with a zombie, okay? It's not going to work. You know, it might be hot and heavy for the first month or two, but, you know, things change, of course, in all relationships. But also their mind changes, their interest changes. And if someone really is interested in you, they will slowly take this slow torch towards you. But if the Devil card is here, which it looks like, you went very fast. And it caused a 5 of Wands in it. You know, from that day on, it feels like you were good for a while, but then you started fighting and arguing, and then the relationship became too difficult. So again, it's that 4 of Wands energy. So let's see here. And the reason also, if I take 5 of Wands and try this one out, one of those 5 of Wands, it leaves you with a 4 of Wands. Okay, let's see what the outcome is going to be for Scorpio. What's the advice for Scorpio moving forward for the month of March? Let's see what you need to know. Now, just make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, Angel Guidance Tarot, here on YouTube. Make sure if you like a personal reading, reach out to me. Look in the description box here on YouTube at the bottom. Make sure you check out my playlist for all Scorpios. There's that judgment here. Moving forward, you are going to come out of you're in that judgment. Okay, well, that confidence level. Oh, okay, you're confident. Ace of Pentacles here. You might be trying to start a saving money. You might be trying to not worry about commitment right now, or you're looking for a new job, new activities, new business, something like that. And then you're going to be happy, Scorpio. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. What do they need to do with the Ace of Pentacles? Justice here. You might be going through a divorce here, because I'm seeing the Justice twice. But anyway, Justice is in reverse, so you might lose some money here in a divorce or some settlement, not sure, but at the end of the day, you're going to be super happy, Scorpio, because you're going to be living a life that is meant for you and what you want. Your freedom, your happiness, okay? So yeah, so that energy feels complicated. Whatever that is involving money. It feels very complicated, like documents or something like that. But you will be happy here, Scorpio, with the Sun card, which is the energy. Yeah, so I do feel like you're moving on for the fact that you just don't want to do this no more. You're just moving on. And I think you're at a point now, Scorpio. You're crossing at the point of saying, I'm done, you know. And when I say you're done, you're more looking at the balance of life. You're looking at making more money. You're looking at working towards goals and energy. But you're, you know, the Two of Cups here, I do think you're just done with this whole connection or this person you're in separation with. And the sad part is this could have been a very decent relationship if people would not lie with the Ace of Swords. Or not even, or try to play mental games here too, like not knowing what they want. Tower here, you are restarting here. So your outcome here, Scorpio, is the Tower. You're in the reverse, so it is a rebuild of life, and that's why I said you're moving forward with the Tower here. You are killing some situation off, and I don't say that in a weird way, but you are at the end of your rope with this person. It's like, that's enough. Life is too short and beautiful. Remember, life is beautiful with the right people, okay? And sometimes we marry the wrong people. Sometimes our friends are the wrong people. They're fake. Yeah, this person had you in options, or a person that did not bring out the best in you. And you might have felt like you didn't have options, but I do feel like it has disappointed you some here. How this person's behavior has been towards you, or they just, yeah. And that's what it made it hard for you, because Scorpios are so loyal. Your loyalty gets in the way of doing what's best for you. And sometimes we feel like it's selfish to take care of our own needs. And that's what makes it hard here to walk away. But you do have the Ace of Pentacles here twice in reverse. So it might be an ex or a partner or someone that's trying to take who you spent money on, or is taking your money, or something like that. Complicated case here that you don't want to go back to. Yeah, I do feel like this person is trying to slow you down or stall you, or you're stalling yourself. That's in this relationship. They are trying to stall you, but I think you're at the point of whatever it needs. It's like, whatever I need to do. Yeah, there's no more opportunities for this person, or you're not looking at that person anymore. You're like, I lost desire for this person. I have no interest of returning to this person. You're in a growth stage. This is a growth stage. This is taking you to another blessing, Scorpio, and a new beginning. And I know you don't want to go back to that person. It's hard not to remember that person, because at one time it's just, you just feel like, this person really, life changes. Life does change, and life does take us on different paths. But I do feel like here, Scorpio, in your outcome, if you stay the course after this complicated situation, or getting out of this situation with this past person, whatever it is, I do feel like you're going to be happy here with the Star card and the Sun card and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse of the Tower. You're going to see things right now might not look like it's going to work out for you, but it will. Okay, so be patient, Scorpio. I know you lost interest in this person, or this person is going to hold you, like stalling you for something. Like I said, it might be in a divorce, it might be in emotions, but you can't, the hardest thing for Scorpios is getting out of even if you get out of a situation, it takes us so long to feel again. It takes so long to feel our hearts up again, or love again. But if you really understand it, that life takes us with different people, and we meet people, all the time, but they have to match your energy here. So that is very important, Scorpio, your spiritual energy. If you're the type of person that likes to, be silly and dance around in the kitchen, Find somebody like that. Don't find somebody who's a couch potato. You know, it's okay to be a couch potato sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I do it. But I don't sit there all day just watching a sports game or a movie or Netflix. There's more to life than, to me. I want somebody to have that energy that just radiates me and fills me up and makes me feel ambitious. And not somebody that's pulling me down. It's pulling me down like a weight. Somebody motivates me. Just like, but that's what I'm going to go look for example, okay? Somebody motivates me, I motivate that person. Spiritually, you know, yeah, it's very important. And emotionally, you know, I have met people on dates that they had it all except for the emotional. They were emotionally unavailable. I'm like, gosh, you know, you're a great communicator. You're a Christian like me. You know, we can go, you know, going to Christmas markets together. I have no problem. You know, there's no problem with that. No offense to nobody out there, but you know, or affection. I want somebody who's affectionate. There's people that I met that's not even affectionate. They don't even like to hold hand in public. So, you know, public displays of public affection. You know, Scorpios are more affectionate. They like to hold hands. They like to kiss each other on the cheek on the beach or sometime in the stores. You know, but some people don't like it. So you have to make sure that you're with somebody on alignment. So look at the person who you were with. And so you'll know next time when you're choosing somebody or looking at somebody. But yeah, I mean, I have met a great men. They're very, very nice, and they have their jobs, and they're financially like I am. They got their own house that like I do, and all those things. But emotionally and spiritually, I could sit there for 3 hours talking to somebody, and they could talk to me. It's a great conversation. But their emotions are, I felt it, that, oh, you're still not emotionally ready yet. But I am. So that's not going to work. Now, maybe down the road, if that person gets emotionally and I'm single, then, but until then, I have to cut that off. I tell them, I could just be your acquaintance. But I can't give you any kind of opportunity romantically. So let's see here. What's your final outcome going to be? What's the final advice for Scorpio? But you're moving forward, making more money, starting a new beginning. And I'm proud of you, Scorpio. I know it's been a struggle. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Sometimes the weight is all on your shoulders to carry a lot of weight, and you got to do everything for yourself, and nobody's there to help you and pull you up. And that's why I say your resilience is so strong here, Scorpio. You're not accepting any more knots here, that's for sure. Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. Your mental energy is coming very strong, and that's what I was just talking about here. Ooh, there's Strength card. King of Pentacles. It's definitely going to work for that money. One more. One more. What is let's clarify all this. Angel, what is the final card for Scorpio? I love talking to you, by the way. Can you tell? Leverage card. Okay, whatever it is, it's going to be a better choice for you than what you're doing right now. King of Pentacles. We don't deal with knights of Pentacles. We only deal with kings, male or female. It doesn't matter, king or queen of Pentacles. We don't get, and that's why I said we're learning to not settle for mediocre relationships or meaningless. You know, there's a lot, when I see the knights here, they're looking for meaningless relationships. Friends with benefits, attention seekers, you know, trying to take advantage of people, mind games, all that stuff is in the Knight of Pentacles, or not any knight. They're just wishy-washy, and we're too consistent for that. So throw that out. But you do have the Knight, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. So you are looking at this logically and emotionally. So when you're in your emotions, Scorpio, looking at people, you got to think logically too. Is this person for me? And I'm not talking about if they leave the cap off the toothpaste. I'm talking about do they, their beliefs, their values, their behavior, financially, are they calm people? Do they have their emotional strength where they can be disciplined and not argue with people and fight with people, you know? And you are running into a lot of mental people that has to argue and fight. And you might have to correct that on yourself too, Scorpio. How to be self-controlled, self-disciplined, in a calm, collected mental energy. But Ace of Cups is full of love, full of happiness, full of loyalty, full of honesty. Ace of Swords, full of mental energy, focused, looking for the best person, looking for the best life. That's your energy. And that's why I said all these things that kind of helped you up, that you went through up here in the Six of Swords and all that, You're in the energy of the Strength card, being very, very resilient. Your resilience building like a mountain here. You know what you deserve, Scorpio. If you're going to invest in someone that is like you. Okay, Lover's card. Or Lover's card can mean good choices. Making the best choice, regardless if it's relationship, financially, where you're going to live, who your friends are, who, people. You're going to have to analyze deeper. Okay, so that's the advice behind that, Scorpio. Okay, so that's what I have for you. If this resonated for you, give me that thumbs up and hop my channel. Type in your comments, slide to the left. I believe it is 3 dots at the top of the corner up there, and then you just slide over and hop my channel, please. That's great. And leave me a comment. I love to hear from all of you. But thank you so much, beautiful Scorpios, men and women. I am so proud of my men. I'm going to give a clap for my men. I don't want to embarrass you or anything, but thanks to you guys, because I know it's so hard. Women do have their women friends that they could go talk about their emotions with, but I am really proud of some of the men I meet on here that is just open in their emotions like Scorpio. They're just very vulnerable, and they're open to talking about things like this and how we can. And also, men deserves the best love too. And but I want to give you a clap, because I know as a Scorpio myself, we're private people, and also in the realm of being a man, you know what I mean? You can't just go talk to your buddy and say, hey, unless you're very, very trusting that friend, not to go tell everybody else. So that's the thing, Scorpio, we kind of keep things to ourselves unless we truly trust that person who we're talking to. But more so for the men, it's kind of hard to do that. But I really admire all the guys that comes on getting a reading and opening up and and getting advice from me. And I hope that it works. I hope it helps. And I want to say thank you, just off the top of my head. Thank you, Alex, the man out there. Off the top of my head, so Samuel, thank you. Thank you, Mark Allen. We got some very smart men on here, by the way. And thank you, Caesar. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Troy, that I just saw yesterday. And I'm trying to think of, thank you, Daniel. So there's several. If I missed your name, I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for allowing me to be part of my world, and also coming in to help you so you can make better decisions on the woman side of viewpoint of Scorpio. But all of you, nonetheless, are beautiful people, and women, you are great. You got beautiful hearts that's been crushed and misaligned with these types of people that you've been dating or you got married to. But it is about all alignment, Scorpios, really, okay? So I want to say thank you so much, and I look forward to meeting the rest of you that hopefully I'm healing. But make sure you give me that thumbs up, because my purpose, I feel, about a lot of God in my empathic heart, is to help Scorpios heal, because I don't want to, we don't want to lose any more empaths in this world that became hard and rigid, and they turned and they forgot their emotional side of them and their emotional heart, okay? And thank you to all the cross watchers. I know some of you might have Scorpio placements, and I'm talking to you too, okay? So I really want to help heal the souls and hearts if I can. God is the only one that can heal your soul, I know that, but I just feel like this is my mission and this is my purpose, as long as I can be on YouTube. And but thank you so much for all the donations. I want to say thank you to Lota, and people out there donating for my dogs. I mean, how beautiful is that? And for that, I can go buy them more expensive dog food and help their energy. And thanks to you, my dog right now is 15 and a half years old, knock on wood, because I was able to get him the medicine. And for the last couple of years, especially last 2 or 3 years, that YouTube, I have been on here with readings that's helping my dogs live along, and I wouldn't otherwise be able to afford none of that. So from the bottom of my heart, I get emotional, but thank you so much for helping especially my senior dog. He could still jump in a car, he can still walk, he can still do all those things, and that's my soul dog. When I say he's a soul dog, and I said to myself, if a man cannot look at me, and this is guys too, if a woman does not look at you like your doggies look at you, that's not love. That's what I say. If they can't look at me with those gooey eyes or those sweet eyes, I don't want them. And so, they always say the eyes to the window of the soul. So if you have a cat or dog, you know what I'm talking about. They just look at you with so much love in their eyes, and they forgive so easy. But I don't know how they forgive me sometimes. But They get mad at me when I leave my home and I come back. But dogs will love you unconditionally. And I wish people were like that. But anyway, for Scorpios, that your soul is beautiful. Keep that beautiful soul protected from these people out here, especially those devil, demonic energies that's ready to rip it apart. And that's why I said alignment of those 4 of Wands is so important before you bring somebody, and you got to get to know them. Keep your clothes on. I told people that. Keep your clothes on. Not everybody is good for you, okay? So analyze, and observe as your Scorpio nature's there. Observe people, how they speak to you, how they show up for you, how they, can they just go a whole day without speaking to you? Do they go months without speaking to you? And they leave your life and they come back like nothing happened, or they try to pop back up because they could not find another empath like you. You have to understand, Scorpio, let's say, for example, I'm just going to give a number, 100,000 empaths. I know they might be more, they might be a million, but just for example, there's 100,000 empaths, but there's 8 billion people on the planet, okay? And even if we went up to 1 million empaths, you're talking about 8 billion. Do you know how rare you are? I mean, if you're in the, there's not if you go out here and try to find somebody like you, it's almost like looking at a needle in a haystack. So this is why you got to reserve that energy, reserve your happiness, protect your inner power. And nobody's worth chasing. Nobody. I mean, I believe in reciprocation, right? Equal give or take. But there's people out there that just want you to chase all day, and they sit there and watch you pop up on their phone. And they don't even have the decency to write you back because they think it's funny. They're playing these mind games to make you chase them and fall in love with them. That's not how love goes, okay? But so the one that you're going to fall in love with here, Scorpio, that one you're going to invest, is going to be very unexpected here with that tower there. It's almost going to feel like, where have you been? You know how we say that? Sometimes we said, where have you been all our lives? And then you look, oh yeah, when that person left, I sent them back where they have been all their life. But seriously, you're going to find the beautiful person. Let me get a card. I think one of you says, well, what would he be like or she be like? Okay, I feel that energy. Now, I'll just pick this card up because this is what Spirit just told me. What would this person be like? What should Scorpio see in a person? Show me the card. What is, I'm getting goosebumps saying that. What is the person for Scorpio? Okay, there's Ace of Cups, but let's see deeper. Ready? Queen of Cups, male or female here, Scorpio. Water sign energy for sure. So, could be a Pisces, could be a Cancer here. Your person's going to have the heart like you. Bam. Okay, gotta stop. All right, Scorpio, I'll see you next time. Sending beautiful love and light. You stay happy, keep your energy up. Get you some, 2 or 3 coffees and boost your energy. Get some exercising going. Get your blood moving. And remember, don't sit too long or lay in your bed because it creates blood clots. Just FYI, okay? Get out of your bed. It's a beautiful day, even if it's snowing and raining. I don't care if it's flooding. Find something beautiful in the sky to look at, or the birds, whatever it is. So take a look at it and enjoy life, Scorpios, okay? See you next time. Sending love and light. Bye-bye.